Hi there, my name is Raven Sharma. I'm the manager of utilities with the city of Selkirk. Behind me here is our new state-of-the-art wastewater plant. This is Selkirk's largest capital investment, costing over $39 million to build. And it's another huge step in Selkirk becoming an environmental leader, not only in Manitoba, but across the country. In my 8 years working in the wastewater industry, never have I ever seen such a thorough and efficient process. As part of the commissioning process, we brought council through to the plant to see it in operation. So join us on this tour to see how the water you flush from your toilets is cleaned, filtered, and will help protect the Red River and the Lake Winnipeg, not only today, but for the years to come. Come on in. So I'm going to go through the pre-treatment. This is state-of-the-art pre-treatment that we have. As I said, that will increase our life expectancy of our membranes in our bioreactor. This is taking out all the inorganics and the organics, your rags, any unwanted particles. Here you can hear the wastewater coming in. This is all from force main from our lift stations. Dufferin is our main lift station. So right now you can hear that Dufferin is pushing water here. These are your coarse grit compactors, and that's what all of that, the rags and the unwanted particles. The great thing about this is our membranes are removing phosphorus, nitrogen, organics. What we have is this plant is rated for 12 million liters per day. The wastewater will come in. Beneath you is a giant lift station, and that lift station will take anything that's over 12 MLD, and it can hold around 30 to 35 MLD. And that's where we pump it over to our lagoons. The old plant was only 14. So we have lots of capacity and storage for our wastewater. So 8 p.m. at your low peak cycle, you'll have around 2 MLD. When people are showering, you'll have around 8. So beneath us here is the teacup. Where the teacup comes from, we do the coarse grit and we go to the cyclone here and we use water, treated water. And there's 12 cones that are made of silica, and this gets out any type of fine grit, so inorganics, calcium, magnesium, gravel, anything, especially we're close with the river, any sand that comes in. Now our next stage of pre-treatment is the drum screens, and they cycle using hot water and cold water so that we get away all the grease that can't bypass and harm our membranes and our bioreactors. Nice. So you gotta remember, in the old plant, we only had a bar screen, which I showed you, that took out the rags. You didn't have all these other components. So all of this stuff would have bypassed and would have been part of the treatment. This here is called an airlock. They're throughout the buildings. We have, again, H2S or methane, CH4, high level. So the air makeup in that building will take anything that's toxic to humans. So for our safety, this is really great for us. So we have 2 bioreactors. Each bioreactor is rated for 6 MLD. So I said that 12 million liters per day. So underneath us right now, we're walking on the bioreactor. And you hear that buzzing sound? We have our blowers here for our membranes, which I'll show you in a minute. So our bioreactor, what's happening is these blowers are producing oxygen, and that creates the wastewater to be aerobic. The bad bacteria, if you add oxygen to them, they become good bacteria, and they'll eat away at all of the unwanted particles that we have in wastewater. We have what's called coagulation and flocculation. Phosphorus, nitrogen, that's getting discharged into the river. What we have here is our bioreactor is putting oxygen in. We then go to an anoxic and an anaerobic bacteria where we're adding alum. So it's chemical feed, and that reduces your phosphorus and your nitrogen. I tested it this morning and we were at 0.3 milligrams per liter coming into the plant. Using your chemical feed valve, you're not just gonna put it on maximum. You're gonna test it every day so that you can save on chemical. Coming into the old sewage plant, we only had the bar screen. And so our phosphorus levels were between 3 and 5 coming in. So I just said 0.3.
What's the
The whole process, we're probably at 0.10 milligrams per liter, 0.05 milligrams per liter. Yeah. And another thing that we have to meet regulations for is suspended solids. In the old plant, we only had the bar screen and then we had the clarifier. Our target, we weren't, even then we were letting in too many solids. Here we're actually at 10 milligrams per liter and we have to meet 25, so again we're below. Just the bioreactors and the headworks itself is doing a lot of that work. One thing with the bioreactors is dissolved oxygen. 24 hours a day we have to be able to monitor and see where the levels are at. So these here are actually probes that go into the bioreactor themselves and let us know how much dissolved oxygen there is. So we don't want to be above 8, we want to be at 2, and we are hitting 2 for our targets, which is really good. So we come into the next room. This is our membrane. This is new technology from Fibercast. We're the only ones in Manitoba and in Canada that have this series. So it's very exciting. Right now we're on top of the membranes. These membranes are 5 microns. This is also doing a lot of the work for the suspended solids, the phosphorus and the nitrogen. Maintenance and proper care is very, very important. So we're doing a lot more chemistry than we used to. As operators, we're constantly looking in and seeing the health of the bacteria, the health of the foam. If we see something that's black, that's septic and that's bad. So brown and white are very, very healthy, and that's what we have here. So I'm going to show you what our effluent looks like after treatment, and I'll show you a sample side by side so you can get a good idea. We have an extra area for another blower on each side, and this is another train for membranes. So we know these are rated for 6 MLD, so that would give us another 18 to be able to go through the plant, plus the additional 15 to give us 45 MLD. And then there's this space here, so lots of room for expansion. So I'll take you in here because this is also, we use chemicals and it's important for us to see. Alum we use to treat our phosphorus and our nitrogen. We use for the maintenance and operations of our membranes. We use a backwash cycle to clean so that they're doing what they're intended to do. And we use sodium hypochlorite to clean and backwash our membranes, and as well citric acid. Depending, looking at the health, being involved, and monitoring your chemistry and your biology is very, very important to this plant. And I want them to test the phosphorus that's coming in, and then I want them to test the phosphorus that's going out, and that's on top of what we send away for our license, just so we can ensure that we're dosing, we're not wasting chemicals, and we're doing the right thing. So this is something I'm very, very excited about. So this is our own lab. This is what I really wanted to hit home to show you. This is what our wastewater looks like, okay? So brown, we have lots of solids, phosphorus, nitrogen. This is what's coming out.
Well, that's a big reason why we're trying to see if we can reuse this water somehow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would usually see some biofilm or any affiliates. You don't see anything like that. So this is really great. I have never seen anything that clear with wastewater. Usually you would have particles, you would have bugs. Nothing. It's very, very clear. It's something that you would see just coming right out of the tap.